Go here.
That's good. That's cool. It's just a cheese. It's just a cheese. You can sniff it. Hello friends, I hope that you are doing well. It is a cold day here today, as is often the case this time of year in Boston. I feel like I start most of my videos out that way these days. It has been over a week since I last shared a video. I was eager to film today, so I figured, despite the fact that it is dark and gloomy, I'm going to do a check-in. I have been sick for about 10 days and I'm just sick of feeling like gloomy. And so I just want to put on like a little bit of blush, a little bit of concealer, and try to feel a little bit more like myself as I head into the afternoon. I have thankfully been very productive today. I'm currently working on a paper that I would like to be ready to submit kind of by the end of this year. So for context, we are quickly headed into mid-December. I'm working on this paper kind of off and on for I guess a couple of months now, I would say, and I would really like to kind of get it there and get it ready to submit. It'll be my first author paper within my postdoc. So that is exciting stuff. It is on AI and CTE, career and technical education, and kind of stuff within the classroom setting. So I am excited about it. And yeah, I would like to see it off. Because I have been sick and it has seriously taken the life out of me, I've been sleeping in the mornings and then kind of stopping work a little bit earlier in the afternoons to let myself have a bit of time to kind of relax and try to recover from this. And then the other thing that's helped me is just focusing on like a singular task each day. So outside of responding to some emails and stuff here and there, I've just been focusing on this writing task this week. I know many of us are dealing with sicknesses right now. I've been taking the Alka-Seltzer morning and night. I'll link it down in the description. I had never used this stuff before meeting Sam, but his family would use it. I just know we were visiting one time and we were sick and they had this and we used it, and it works really well at helping to take away your symptoms. Obviously, it doesn't like cure your sickness, but if you're dealing with a virus or something where an antibiotic isn't going to help and you still need to do what you need to do each day, the Alka-Seltzers can really help. But I have broken out a little bit, and I think it's because they do have like some sugars and stuff in them. Anyway, since my last video, let's see, I went to the conference in New York City. We had a really fun time together in the city for a couple of days. It was a quick trip, but it felt long enough. It felt like we had enough time to kind of enjoy ourselves, and I really loved it. I always wanted to live there when I was younger, and I could definitely see myself living there if our life plans were different. But as you may know, we are moving to San Diego next summer, so summer 2025, moving back to California, which is where we're both from. Sam is from San Diego. And we're excited to be closer to family and play a bigger role in the lives of our nieces and nephews and just put down roots for the first time. I've never put down roots in my life. I always moved around a lot, and I think it'll be really kind of fun for us as a new chapter to put down some roots. As I'm recording this, I'm realizing that talking is a challenge. I haven't had to talk much because I've been working from home, obviously, and thankfully I've been able to cancel some meetings or reschedule some meetings. So I haven't had to talk much, and I'm realizing right now that it is definitely a challenge. The combined effect of being sick and then also being 2 months out from my dissertation defense has caused me to really reflect on more of the long-term effects of my PhD and just that whole academic journey. And one of my big goals for the new year is to get more curious about my health, and I use those words really intentionally because, as I think many of us can relate to, I definitely neglected aspects of my health throughout my PhD in favor of trying to just kind of like move forward. And I know that's true for many of us, that we do that. And there are things that I know need my attention, and I am already making moves to focus on those things in the new year. I've already set up a doctor's appointment with a primary care physician. I also recently ordered a hormone test in the mail so that I can actually test my hormones and see what those are saying and provide me with some additional clues as to why I may be feeling some of the things that I am feeling. So I'll share more about that stuff in a future video, but that is one of kind of my big reflections and takeaways from 2 months out from my dissertation defense is now that the excitement is wearing down a bit, I really want to prioritize my health more moving forward. And that's a conversation that I have had many times on this channel and over on Instagram, is just the idea of needing to care for ourselves and prioritize health during the PhD. But it can understandably be very challenging, especially because a lot of times our health insurance might not be up to par. I know for me personally, I never had a primary care physician during my PhD. I would always just go to the university health center, and a lot of times I would see nurse practitioners and things like that, and I was never able to develop like a relationship with a provider who was following me. And there's limitations to that. Even though we are getting ready to move within the next 6 months, I think it will still be good for me to see a primary care physician. There's specific tests that I would like to have run, so I'm hopeful that I can get referrals that I'm looking for. And yeah, I will keep you all updated on that journey and experience. But that's just something that I wanted to share because I recently asked you all over on Instagram what you would like me to talk about more. Would you like me to talk about applying to PhD programs, how to find success while in a program, or how to kind of navigate that post dissertation defense phase? So like when you complete your PhD. It was a tie between finding success during a PhD and navigating the period after. And I think part of navigating the period after, of course, is finding a job, a position, a postdoc, whatever it is that you're going to go into. But then I think it's also about, okay, what are the aspects of my life that I neglected or put on hold while pursuing the PhD that I don't want to say are like rearing their ugly head or anything like that, but that definitely need my attention now that that is complete. And I think my health is definitely one of those. I started my PhD, I was in my early 20s. I don't even know how old I was. Maybe like 24. I started in 2019. So I think that would make me, I was 24, and now I am 29. I'll be 30 in February. And there's a lot that changes for us as women from our early 20s to our late 20s into our early 30s. And I have definitely noticed those changes within myself as I'm thinking about my life moving forward and wanting to start a family and things like that, and just prepare for the future. I think helping to support my health is a really big piece to that puzzle. I will also say that chronic stress, of course, was a big part of the PhD journey for me, as it is for many of us. And when we are in it, we might realize that we're chronically stressed, and we might realize that certain relationships or dynamics are having a negative impact on our health, but I don't think you really feel it until you are out of it, just how much that can weigh on you. I definitely am reflecting and realizing that just how much those dynamics of not being in control of my future and my destiny. I think one of the challenges with the PhD is that we aren't in control because we have our advisors, our committee members, whoever it may be. They get to decide kind of like our future, what happens when we can defend. If we are successful in our defense, they ultimately get the final say. And so that lack of control can be very unsettling and elicit a lot of chronic stress over time. Being out of that dynamic, even when I am facing maybe like a stressful period, a deadline, or, you know, pressure to complete some sort of a task, paper, whatever it may be now within my postdoc. It's just not the same as it was then. The way that I feel about it is not the same. I don't kind of process or bottle the stress. I don't wear the stress in the same way that I did during my PhD. That's just another part of what I've been reflecting on over the past couple of months since defending. I don't know if you can relate to that if you have finished. I have spoken with some people who can. And if you have not yet finished, know that that is something to look forward to. That it is possible to kind of change your relationship with your work, both during the PhD, but very much so after it is over. All right, that is that. This is my quick little makeup. I will give a disclaimer that I do not have my contacts in, so I don't know if this makeup is like a total mess or not, but I just can't bring myself to put on contacts while I am under the weather. But I feel a little bit more put together, so that's nice. Fortunately, I made dinner yesterday. I did an all-day stew. I'll put the recipe down in the description. This is my go-to stew. It is so easy. One pot, cook it in the Dutch oven. You bake it all day on like 250, and you don't have to sear the meat beforehand. You literally just throw everything in and pop it in the oven. It'd be very easy to make this recipe vegetarian or vegan as well. Fortunately, we have leftovers tonight. We've got a lot of stew and soup on the agenda, which is actually my favorite way to eat, so I don't mind that. By the way, I wanted to share this super cozy long line cardigan. It's from Anthropologie. I just got it in the mail and I'm obsessed. It's a one size fits all. I'm 5'4" and pretty petite. But I love the oversized fit of it. You can see it goes forward. You can see it kind of goes down like past my knees, which I love. It's just super fun. It'll be fun to dress up as well. I'll dress it up sometime soon and show you what that is like too. But yeah, it has a really nice weight to it and I'm really loving it. Glad that I went ahead and sprung for it, and I love the print. It's almost like kind of like a zebra, but with tan coloring, which I really love. I've always loved a zebra print, but it's hard to find. When I was in first grade, we did a school play, and I was a zebra in it, and my grandma actually sewed me like a zebra costume. I wish I still had that. I loved it so much. I felt like the coolest person ever. I think it was like a long skirt, and there was a headband. I don't know. Maybe it was a dress. I can't remember, but it was the absolute best. If you want a little something special for yourself this Christmas, or if you're looking for something for like a mom, I don't know, if you have like a mom that really likes fun, cozy stuff like this that she can just romp around in the house with, I think this would be really cool. Hello. Despite the fact that it looks like it's the same day, it is not. It is a different day. It is another rainy day here. I think we're looking toward like a week plus of rain coming in our future. It is almost 2 p.m. I have been sitting here and writing since like 9 or 10 a.m. I've made some good progress on the paper today. I've been kind of diving into the literature, which has been good. I feel like it's been a while since I had a day where I wrote and also did a lot of reading within the literature. So yeah, that's been good. It's always challenging though, trying to strike that balance between spending enough time in the literature and then not getting lost or bogged down. I know that's an issue that a lot of students deal with that I speak to, and I still deal with it myself. I'm going to continue to see what I can get done on this paper. Like I mentioned, my goal is to hopefully submit before the start of the new year, and ideally I would like to share a draft of what I have with my PI by the end of the week so that he can get his eyes on it and share some feedback. I have my personal assistant, research assistant here with me today, still in this super cozy cardigan from Anthropology. I watched back the clip from last night. I was editing and realized that it really didn't do it any justice in that clip with like the darkness of the room and stuff, but it is what it is. Tonight I'm making the chicken tortilla soup. I put my beanie back in here. Did I put it back in the drawer?
Your SF state?
No, the purple one. I guess it was in the drawer still. I'm excited. We're gonna go on a little family walk. I feel like I haven't left the house in a while, and it'll be nice to kind of get some fresh air.
What's that?
Vlogging. Tempting. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I might actually, I need to zip this up. So it's like 44, but it feels like 27 out, so it's probably windy. I don't know if I need gloves. I have like, my fingertips gonna freeze.
Hard to tell.
Came back for some gloves. It's literally freezing out there. So many smells. Where are we headed?
Pizza.
Pizza. We're gonna get a barbecue chicken pizza. We have cilantro at home to put on top because they don't put cilantro on their barbecue chicken pizza out here.